Today, I have a real story about why I like secondhand stores in the United States, so you can learn vocabulary and phrases in the best way possible in context. Welcome to English Coach 3 T's. I'm Tanya, and there are many reasons that I like secondhand stores. Today, I want to share with you a little bit about that, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I've talked to a lot of students who say that secondhand stores, or what you might call a thrift store, are not common in their country. Secondhand stores and thrift stores sell things that other people have previously owned to other people. One of the big things about this is that people who are finished with things they're not going to use anymore, it could be clothing, it could be furniture, it could be things for the kitchen, it could be anything, instead of throwing those things into a landfill, they can take them to a secondhand store and donate them. These donations will benefit the store that is selling them, and typically these stores benefit some sort of charity organization. It might be charity for pets or animals, it could be for low-income families, it could be for a number of different charities. So this is one of the first reasons I really like to shop at these kinds of stores. I want to share some more reasons I like to shop there, but first let's talk about the stores in general. So like I said, the stores are selling used items, and often these stores are employing people who otherwise could not find a job. And often the people who shop at these stores are people who can't afford to shop at a store that's selling things that are brand new. But there is so much more to this. If you're a woman who wants to feel happy with your English fluency, but you're not quite sure what to do, I've created a free class for women with an intermediate to advanced level of English. The name of this class is 3 Secrets to Becoming Fluent Without Wasting Time and Without Doing Things That Don't Work. To join the class, you can sign up for free at the link you'll find in the description below, or you can go to the link that you see on your screen. These are all good reasons to shop at these stores, but there's even more. And it's not just stores like this. We also have garage sales. A garage sale is when people sell things right from their home to other people. So it could be in their garage where they would normally park their car, but it is becoming more and more common that it is just out in front of their house, and so you will often hear them called yard sales. Sometimes groups of people in the same church or from the same school will get together and have a big sale like this. They might also call it a yard sale or a garage sale. Sometimes they call it a rummage sale. And we also have something that's similar but a little different, which is called a flea market. A flea market could be used items or just very inexpensive items or a number of different things, and they usually take place in big parking lots. And for me, they're a little bit different. It's not something I normally go to, but I have been to a number of flea markets as well. Back to the thrift stores or secondhand stores, you'll also hear these stores called Goodwill or Salvation Army. Both of these names started with organizations, the Goodwill organization or the Salvation Army organization, but I still hear people talk about the Salvation Army. Oftentimes, these stores have all kinds of different names, from the name of the organization that runs the store, or the name of the charity that benefits from the store, or sometimes it's even just the name of the person who started the store, or there's all kinds of creative names that you'll hear. Shopping at these stores is so popular, you'll actually hear people say they're going thrifting, as in they're going shopping. But you might also hear them say they're going treasure hunting. This is because oftentimes when you go to these stores, you will find really interesting things that you might not find anywhere else. It could be things that are not made anymore. Sometimes you can find antiques. Sometimes you can find really nice things that other people aren't using, and you can purchase it for a much lower price. I wanted to share with you a couple of things that I purchase at these types of stores. First of all, one of the reasons I like to go shopping at thrift stores is because not only can I find things for a really good price, but it is very good for the environment. Students have told me that they think one of the reasons they don't have so many thrift stores in their country is because people are more likely to give their things they don't use anymore to other family members or friends. And yes, we do that here in the United States, but oftentimes our family lives far away or our friends are not interested in the things we have. And so it's an opportunity for us to give it to a store where other people can use it. Some of the things that I purchase at these stores are my clothing. A lot of my clothing comes from a thrift store or garage sales. This sweater, in fact, is something I just got a few months ago at a garage sale. Clothing is one of the biggest problems we have in the world when it comes to the environmental crisis. There's a lot of information out there on that, so I'll let you do a little research. If you want to improve your English while you're researching, you can do your research in English to find out more and share a little bit with us about what you know or what you found out. I also like to buy books at garage sales and secondhand stores. This is because books can be very expensive, and I really like to have a hard copy like this instead of an electronic copy. I do read on my phone or on different reading apps, but I love to hold the book in my hand and to be able to see the words and even write in the book sometimes. This is a book that I found at a garage sale recently. I wasn't looking for it specifically. One of the cool things about garage sales is that you will come across things you weren't looking for. To come across something is a great phrasal verb to use with this type of shopping because it just means you find something you weren't looking for, and that often happens at garage sales and thrift stores. However, I also have bought a lot of things for my kitchen that I was looking for, and you can almost always find almost anything you need for your kitchen. Another treasure I found was this lamp. One of the reasons that I liked this book is because it has a little bit of history in it and a little bit about the pioneers. And I love the pioneers and that time in the United States, and these lamps are from that time. This lamp is probably a replica, which means it is made to look like an antique, but it's not actually an antique. A replica doesn't have to be like an antique. It could be a replica or a copy of anything. But I wanted to have a lamp like this that I could use in my house, and they can be a little bit pricey. We say something is pricey when we mean it's a little bit expensive, but I bought this one, I think, for $4 or $5, which is a great price for something like this. I think my all-time find was when I found Slurry bells at a garage sale. We say we have a find, or we got a find, when we find something that is a really good deal, kind of like a treasure. Slurry bells are one of the things I really love, and they're very expensive. I found some Slurry bells at a garage sale some years back, and they were asking $1 for a stick that had 3 Solari bells on it. 2 out of the 3 Solari bells were no longer being made, which made them collector's items and something I would not have been able to buy anywhere else. And if I could find it, for example, on Etsy or something like that, it would have been very, very expensive. Garage sales and thrift stores are something I have been going to since I was very little, but more recently we have Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, things like that. And I also like to take advantage of these types of secondhand shopping opportunities as well. Are thrift stores something that are common in your country? If so, do you like to shop at them or maybe not so much? I know that there are people here in the United States who really don't care for thrift stores. In other words, they don't like them. And specifically, they don't like to purchase clothing from a thrift store. They might get a book or something else, but they really don't like the idea of wearing someone else's clothing. For me, this has been such a long time part of my life that it doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I really like getting my clothing from these stores because I usually find things that are different and more interesting than what I can find in a regular store. But like I like to say, to each his own. We use the phrase to each his own when we mean if it doesn't work for you, that's totally okay. We each have our things that work for us and the things that don't work for us. The same is true of learning English. Now that you've learned some new words and phrases in this video, you're going to want to watch this one so that you can remember the new vocabulary. I'll see you there. Bye.